Yes, hello, hello everybody. This is Ray from Race United, and I'm back again. I love doing these contents for you guys. Now, this particular content, somebody really asked me to do it, and I took into consideration. I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it as a content. I would rather not do it live, because if I do it live, not many people do watch the entire live shows or the live streams on a replay. So the best thing to do, take this as a segment, do it as a content, and let this person who is going to be privileged enough. I had to do a few, not scripts, but bullet points for him. This is in respect to this gentleman, and I think he'll be proud of himself for what he's done. He actually created the content without of course, he brought the idea. I created the content, but he brought the idea, so I'm paying homage to him. Anyway, without further ado, you know what to do. Smash that like button, guys. Smash the subscriber button. Become a member. The membership is growing. I'm excited. I have a lot of members now, and they're all, I hope, they're all happy. And the work we're trying to do to ensure that we deliver a lot of information and facts to you. Do you know what I mean? So, I will be right back. All right, I'm back. This is Ray from Race United. So I've captioned this. I've written it down. I had to. I've captioned this particular segment. How safe are your purchases and delivery of goods going to be in the enclosed network? Now, let me repeat. How safe are your purchases and delivery of goods going to be in the enclosed network? Now, this is a question that it's not rhetorical. It could be rhetorical, but I would say you may be able to answer a few, but I'm going to give you all the answers you need, the possible answers you need. I'm going to give them to you, and take it however you want to take it, because it is going to be, some answers that you're going to like. So, first and foremost, during the enclosed network, listen, there's going to be lots of transactions going on. One thing I need to tell you is there's going to be, lots of utility platforms. Remember, most of them very, very reliable. Now, the ones that have agenda, we will not know. Remember that we may not know. But let's assume that all of them, don't take my word for it, but I'm just trying to make an assumption here. Let's assume that the processes that they had to go through before getting where they are at the moment would be an assumption that they are not going to engage in any sort of or any form of scam that could mislead a pioneer. However, you'll never know. In any economy, in any ecosystem, there's always somebody trying to play games. Do you know what I'm saying? There's always somebody or a group of people that are hell-bent on playing games. But if they try it, I'm going to tell you exactly what could happen to them. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you exactly what could happen to them if they try it. Do you know what I mean? Now, you might see a bit of graphics on the screen. And when that happens, what I'm going to do, I'll shift myself for that particular graphic to one side so that you'll be able to see it in the next segment. You get what I'm saying? So, without further ado, smash that like button, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back. So when you check your screen, very soon I'm going to put a question that a gentleman put there. His name is going to appear. So the question he asked, so check your screen right now, is going to be there. The question he asked was, great job, Sir Ray. Actually, I paraphrased it. Can you throw more light on how this enclosed network, enclosed mainnet really works, and how transparent the transaction is going to be in terms of both parties' satisfaction in the exchange of pie for goods to reach one another's destination? This is a very, very good question. And you know what? I thought this will, be the right time to actually create a content based on the question that Kingsley Charles asked. You know what I mean? And thank you, Kingsley. Thank you so much. Whichever is your first name, Kingsley or Charles, or if you want me to call you Kingsley Charles. Kingsley Charles, thank you so much for bringing up this idea, because your question made perfect sense. And I thought, you know what? Let me just try and answer your question. So first of all, I'm going to answer the first one, which is obviously was a statement by the form of question. Yes, a question. Can I throw more light, or can you throw more light on how this enclosed mainnet really works? So we are in the enclosed network. The reason why we're in the enclosed network is to ensure that a lot of us, or all of us, get KYC'd. Now, also, we need to build our economy. You understand? We need to be on a consensus. So to create all of these, we need a period within which we can do that. We don't know how long the enclosed network is going to last. I roughly would say, maximum 6 months, minimum 3 months. That's what I'm saying. But however long it lasts, we're trying to create an economy here. You understand? We won't be able to do that if and when we go onto the open network, where exchanges will be able to take up some of our pies for circulation. So we won't be able to do that. Therefore, in the enclosed network, which we call the firewalled mainnet, meaning, only pioneers will be able to operate within the parameters. Therefore, non-pioneers can't penetrate us and obviously come and take our pies. They can't. So in so doing, the enclosed network, or enclosed mainnets, enclosed networks mainnet was created, which was a great idea by the core team, and I applaud them for that. So your question that you asked, I believe I've given you an answer for it. Again, a recap: the the enclosed network, or the enclosed mainnet, is the period within which we are going to do some able to do some transactions amongst ourselves. Therefore, the SDK was released to enable other utility platforms which were operating the testnet parameters to upgrade to the mainnet parameters. Therefore, you and I will be able to purchase goods and services by using some of our Pi that we freed up and not locked up, and of course creating an economy for ourselves, and therefore creating some sort of value for Pi, reasonable value for Pi. So that is the first part. The second part I'll say about that in the next segment. I will be right back. So the second question you asked was how transparent is the transaction, or how transparent is the transaction going to be in terms of both parties' satisfaction in the exchanges, or in the exchange of Pi for goods to reach one another's destination. So this particular question, it ensures that I'm able to actually give you some graphics, that have been posted online, or, some of us know exactly what's happening. So I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. Now, we expect it to be transparent. Remember that. We expect it to be transparent. However, if any group of people in any utility platform is or are hell-bent on scamming somebody, the consequences, I'm going to list them for you, and you'll see it in the graphics that I'm going to show you, and I'll actually, do it for you. So what the core team would want you to do, if in case you get scammed in the process of purchasing goods and services, meaning you lose some of your Pi as a result of trying to purchase something, the following are what you're going to do. So what they've said is, please provide as much details as possible about the scam or scammer. The core team may not reply, but the information is recorded. So the information is recorded. Do you know what I mean? So what you need to do in the spaces you've been given, or in what you've been given, you provide your email. So your email you provide for where to be confirmed to. So the email address you give to them, you give your username as well, and then the scammer's Pi username. So your Pi username and the scammer's Pi username. Now, what type of scam is this? So what type of scam occurred? Well, buying or selling of Pi. Buying or selling of accounts. Remember, we've been talking about hashtag stop selling your Pi. Now, when you sell your Pi and somebody buys it, that's a scam. It's a scam process. You could lose your Pi. don't do it. You can only do that in the open network. In the enclosed network, we don't sell our Pi for fiat. Remember that. You don't sell your account as well, and we don't sell KYC. So if somebody is selling KYC elsewhere, we're only doing it within our ecosystem where we pay 1 Pi for getting KYC'd. Charging for services. So if anybody charges fees for any services, remember, that's also another one, because remember, the fees are charged within our ecosystem. Copycat apps or websites, imitation of core team members. So you got people that will claim to be core team members, yet they're not. Remember that. Keep an eye on that. False claims or affiliations. Keep an eye on that too. Unauthorized use of Pi name or logo. Now that's also another thing. You have to be careful. You're not a YouTuber like us who can do Pi content and use the logo, because I don't use it for anything other than to show you guys that I'm doing a Pi content and I pay respect to Pi. Everything I do is for Pi. Asking for password or wallet. Now that's another thing. If somebody asks you for your password or your Pi wallet, or your passphrase, your wallet's Pi phrase, if somebody asks for that, report them. They're scammers. Make sure you get their Pi username and report them. Data collection as well, not accepted. It's a form of scam. And then offensive content. Remember, they're all part of the scamming process. So yes, Kingsley, I hope you're satisfied with the explanation I've given you with respect to the question you've asked. So therefore, your goods should get to you safely, based on everything we've done here, because if people don't want to lose their Pi, they shouldn't. That's why I'm telling everyone that if you want to test the waters with smaller amounts of Pi. And what smaller amounts of Pi? Anything less than 1 Pi is a smaller amount of Pi, relatively, depending on how much Pi you've got. So look at the rate, maybe 1% of your Pi, 0.5% of your Pi, based on how much Pi you've got. So if you've got 100 Pi, use only 0.5 Pi or 1 Pi. If you've got 1,000 Pi, use 10 Pi or 5 Pi. Just less than 1% or less for starters, just to test the waters, to see if the people are as legitimate as they say or claim they are. Okay, so these are the advice, the two advice I'll give you, or the few advice, pieces of advice I'll give you. And you can also do your own research as well. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, so whatever I tell you here has nothing to do with finance. It's all to do with my knowledge of Pi network, and that's it. You get what I'm saying? I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So what have we spoken about? Well, first of all, I told you exactly what this whole thing is about. So please, the caption also said, how safe are your purchases and delivery of goods going to be in the enclosed network? I would say it will be relatively safe, considering the fact that the utility apps and utility platforms had to go through some sort of relatively rigorous checks, and confirmations before they could actually begin to be on the platform. So I would say it should be safe. But if anybody or any groups of people have an agenda of wanting to scam people, then they have it coming. They're going to lose their Pi account. They're going to lose their Pi. And, that will be it for them. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't think it will be unsafe, my deduction. So my deduction will be it won't be unsafe, which means it will be safe. It should be relatively safe to conduct some purchases, therefore receiving some goods and services. Receiving some goods for your payment. And then delivery should be safe as well, relatively. But people's agendas are what you're never going to know until it happens. And it may happen. It may happen. However, if it does happen, report it. It's the list of types of scams I've given you. Go through them, and whichever one it is, let them know and get those people out of our ecosystem. Okay? The name is Ray. The channel is Ray's United. And the word is peace. I love you all.